guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be feeding all of my animals because Christmas time is coming up and I feel like your favorite video of all time is watching my animals eat. So it's kind of like my Christmas gift to you. We're gonna just watch all of my animals eat today. I hope that you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much for being here and let's jump right into it.
So we're going to start off with Lulu. This is basically how I lure her out. She thinks that my fingers are food, so I wiggle them around and she comes right to me. And then I place her in her feeding tank and then she pretty much just goes to town. I like to leave her in here for like 15 minutes, let her see like how much she's going to eat. She normally will eat like all of it. And then I just dump out the remaining water and put her back in the tank, and then she has fresh water and it doesn't get all dirty from me feeding her. Next up are my absolute favorites, which are my Panther Chameleons. They are by far the funnest animals of mine that I feed. And so I have a few clips of all of them, and I'm going to be sure to be quiet. That way you guys can hear some of their crunches because their crunches are so satisfying and it is the best ASMR. So here is Willie and Baloo just going to town on some bugs. And I hope that you guys enjoy it just as much as I do.
Here you go. So this is what I'm going to be feeding my red-footed tortoise, bearded dragon, and a little bit for my blue-tongued skink. And then all the leftovers I'm just going to give to my feeder bugs like my crickets and my dubia roaches. So what we have is collard greens today. And we have some cantaloupe, some sugar snap sweet peas, zucchini, squash, and then I topped everything with calcium without D3, bee pollen, and some flowers, which smell so good. It's just like the flower food topper. So this is it. Haven't used it in quite a while, so I decided this was a good occasion to use it. So dude absolutely loves sugar snap peas. They're his favorite. And they make such good crunches. So dude appreciates everything clearly, and he has a giant bowl of food that he can get to on his own time. So here's Chancho. I'm gonna try and feed him a sugar snap pea and see if he likes it as much as dude, which probably not. It's like one of dude's favorite things. Chancho's like not feeling it. All right, well, I'm gonna put his, he already had his like meat for the day, so I'm just giving him some veggies and fruits for him to snack on. And I will give him a super worm. That way you guys can see him eat something, because I know that he always goes for those.
And next up is Peaches, my red-footed tortoise. So I'm feeding her the same exact salad as my blue-tongued skink and bearded dragon. So this is her eating, and I'm going to be quiet now. That way you can just enjoy her crunches. And I'm also going to add some watermelon because she was eating that later on too, and it just sounded so satisfying. So now we're going to move on to some geckos. I'm going to start off with Mango, who only eats at nighttime. So unfortunately, like, I do not have good lighting for this, and she refuses to eat during the day, which is natural for her. So here's her hunting at nighttime. And next up is Kiwi, my leopard gecko. So he goes up on this ledge. It's like his new favorite place to be. So every time I go to feed him, he kind of just like looks down. Like, I dumped crickets before this, and he was just like looking like, how am I going to get down there? So I figured I would just feed like a super worm on camera for you guys to see. And he dropped it, so I got another one, and now you can actually see him eating. He's such a derpy hunter, but my favorite thing is how big and cute his eyes are right before he eats his food. It's just like, it literally just makes my life. I love it. So we're going to come back to the geckos a little later, and now I'm going to do the amphibians, and I'm going to start with Janemba, my pixie frog, who was really hungry for some crickets, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. Some of you guys have asked me how much I actually feed Janemba, and like some of you guys are like worried about how much it costs, and honestly, I just buy in bulk for all of my animals, so it's hard to tell exactly how much it is for Janemba in particular. But I only feed him once a week, and I feed him like a really large meal. I'll see like basically how much he'll eat within 15 minutes. But honestly, I feel like he would continue going on and on forever, so I kind of just like have a good idea of like when to stop and when it's like an appropriate good sized meal for him. I don't really count the bugs out or anything. I'll give him different things here and there, like dubia roaches, some super worms, black soldier fly larvae, and then of course crickets, which are his main staple that he eats.
Ponyo is sleeping right now, but the lighting... Oh, okay, maybe he's not sleeping. Go get it! He's like the worst hunter of all time. Go get it! Oh my god, you need the exercise, you little chunk. I'm gonna get him another one because I don't know if he's gonna get that. There you go. Kind of hard doing this with one hand. I got two more. Oh, get it. And it's gone. How about this one? There you go. I guess we're just watching his butt eat today because he is facing the other way. There's his face, sort of. Good job, Ponyo.
So you guys are going to be so annoyed at me for this next one, but I basically missed Metamora eating because she ate so quickly. She does eat live mice also, so I don't like showing that on the camera because it's really sad, and I honestly hate seeing it too. But I was gonna check in and like see her progress like as she was already eating it, but she had already eaten it at this point, so she was just coiling back up. So I'm sorry I missed it, but here's Metamora. And then for Chaos, it's pretty much the same exact thing. Chaos is my only other snake that eats live and refuses anything else. So I was able to catch him like finishing up his meal. So here is Chaos eating. Again, I just don't like showing hunting, especially with live mice, because it's just really, really sad. And I feel like a lot of us don't want to see that. Moving on to Bloom, my corn snake. So Bloom was not going for the mouse right away, which normally he does, and he was just being really, really, I mean, I was being impatient with it, but he was just taking a while. So I just set the mouse down, and he eventually just went and ate it on his own, and then I kind of missed him eating it too because I was doing other things. So you can just see the very end of him just like finishing up. And next up is Casper, my blue-eyed leucistic ball python. So he is the scariest one to feed by far, and he misses all the time, and he'll come striking all the way out of his enclosure, and he misses like all the time. So I am extra careful and basically was using a shield. He ended up catching it, and then I had to like move his body back inside the enclosure, but this was actually a more peaceful feeding for him. And next is Bowie. I basically just feed Bowie once a month now because she's on a little bit of a diet. So this is her eating. Not really much to say. She did just shed literally the morning of this. So I tried to get a little bit of clips of her just to show how iridescent she was. But it's kind of difficult at night because the lighting is not as good. But hopefully you guys enjoy this footage of her enjoying her meal. And last but not least are some of the geckos, which are impossible to get eating. Luckily, I was able to catch Oakley because she always eats on camera. Sunny, I kind of just saw her hanging out. Citrus, I got like a little glimpse of about to eat. And then Chip was like out, but like not really eating. He was like just finished eating, and I never even saw Bamboo. So here are just the clips of that I could even get of them. And that completes today's video. So I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing everyone.